Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to paint hollies in watercolor. Let's get started. After drawing the subject, I started by mixing and making my red colors for the berries. I mixed the combination of warm and cool reds, which for this painting is permanent rose, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, and I tried them on a piece of practice paper to make sure that the colors are right. In some areas I added a touch of cadmium orange, and I started painting the berries using wet on dry technique and my round brush number 2. Since the shapes of the berries are a sphere, to create a three-dimensional look, I wet one side of the berry which faces the light, and then put my pigments, red pigments, on the opposite side and create a nice transition and a 3D look to the berries. For the snow, although it's white, it reflects the colors of the ambience, which are reds and greens. So I'm mixing and making very light colored greens and purples and pinks, and focusing on the source of light and darkening one side of the snow more than the other. For the green colors, I look at the color of leaves, which is combination of cool and warm greens, and there is a back and forth. In some areas leaves are warmer green, and in some areas they are cooler green. For warmer greens I use sap green, olive green. You can mix your sap green with yellow ochre for the warmer greens, and for the cooler ones I used Cascade Green by Daniel Smith. And then in some areas I dabbed, as you can see, some purple over my wet green color. Again, the approach is wet on dry. However, when I wet some part of the leaf with one color, and then I put another green over that wet area, painted area, that would be kind of like a wet on wet technique. One quick note about the snow: I draw the patches of snow using a 2H pencil, so I considered those snowy areas or those patches of snow as three-dimensional forms, and I drew them lightly so that I can paint over them and create a 3D look to them. For this subject, I spent some time drawing the subject because everything is about those berries and their leaves. However, the picture was more like an inspiration for me, and I got my ideas from there. I didn't copy exactly the same thing for my drawing. I never do. One thing which makes the painting more realistic in the second layer, is to focus on the values and really darken leaves under the patches of snow, under the berries, using the same colors that I used for the first layer. I'm using a touch of white gouache to show those light colored veins, and I mix the white gouache with the green color to create an opaque effect to my paint, and I draw some of the veins. And I repeat what I did for the second time. using the same colors. I darken the darker side of the berries with some green and more red. And then here I'm just using my ink pen to add some more dark accents under the patches of snow and in some areas on the branch and leaves. But this part is absolutely optional. I usually like to use ink pen, and this is a water resist ink pen that I always use, and the size is 0.05. Thank you for watching this video. If you like these instructional videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Bye.